So that's the thing. I mean, there are no words to explain. I mean, mashallah, Mr. Ali and Mr. Hassan, you cannot express your feelings to each other. But what if I ask you, what message do you want to deliver to him live now on our program to you?
Well, I would like just to say one thing, that keep going, and we are behind you. We are also part of you, and you are actually one of the figures that we like to see everywhere. And I think you are one of the biggest investments of our country. And I am sure that as much as they invest in you, it will benefit everybody and every citizen of this country, including citizen or expats or everybody.
Again,
that's it. And I thank you very much for such episode.
And don't forget
all the time or the air for myself. I'm sure there is many who are waiting and trying to participate in this episode.
Yes,
thank you, and please don't forget the names and the contact numbers. That's Faisal mentioned.
Just keep them on the YouTube.
I will. Thank you very much. And I take permission from you to forecast you the YouTube.
You got the whole permission. 100%. Go ahead. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. So, mashallah, we're not talking about a star of the week. We're talking about a star of the week with a whole history of friends, of accomplishments, of achievements. So, you still are fighting for, say, human rights in Saudi Arabia. Human rights in Saudi Arabia didn't start as something so popular. What is human rights now than it was before?
You know, human rights really is something that actually came from our religion. If you look at the human right, International Declaration of Human Rights, which is almost 30 articles, you will find that 90% of these articles are driven from Islam. Islamic, yes. There is only about 2 items which we hold reserve on, but other than that, it's Islamic. I mean, there is, of course, there was a time where certain thoughts that human right is not is something came from the West and it's something we imported. And but if you really look into our Quran, if you look into the tradition, the hadith of the Prophet, if you look at the history, even before Islam, you know, before Islam there was what we called makarim al-akhlaq. It is part of human rights. It's something, it's in the heritage. So therefore, there is no such thing as, you know, where certain people talk about human rights, that it's a westernized thing. I think if we just continue promoting the human rights culture, where people could understand and people could relate to, then we will reach the point, because it's a human right is something that both has to participate, the people and the government. It's not only one side, it's both together.
Okay, great.
And I think we have a telephone call from Dr. Fahad from Riyadh. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Fahad.
Yes, this is Dr. Fahad al-Maliki. I know Ali, he's my friend. We graduated from this school, University of the Pacific Southwest, California.
Yes, هلا فهد, حياك الله, مرحبا.
كيف حالك؟
الله يسلمك.
How's things? You look so good anyway.
I wish I could see you, you know. I was, it's been a long time. I don't know how many years the last time we
I know, but you look so good. What's the secret?
Well, a lot of, you know, exercise, you know.
Great.
And diet and other things. I will tell you when we get together, you know.
Anyway,
Could you turn down just the volume of the TV, please?
I'm specialized in cross-cultural communication.
Mr. Fahad, if you were watching us, we just had a phone call with Mr. Hussein, and we asked him, what would you like to tell Mr. Ali as he's with us in the studio? What would you like? We'll ask you the same question. What would you like to tell Mr. Ali other than you look good, and what did you do exactly to keep in shape?
Well,
as we're on air.
Let me tell you one of the things. Your program is very good for non-Saudi people. They understand the culture of Saudi Arabia.
Great.
And it's very helpful to understand the situation and the cultural differences within the region of Saudi Arabia. And I'm proud of, let me just call him my friend, Ali, you know.
You're my friend
Yeah,
too.
he's really talking about Najran, and very important area too for us. It's part of our country. We're proud of it. We're proud of our culture. In general, in Saudi Arabia, we love our culture very much. Being in America for many years, just you have a good nostalgia for everything you really see about Saudi Arabia.
That's right.
So yes, absolutely right. We're talking about the 70s, and mashallah, you, doctor, and as well our guest star of the week, Mr. Ali, suffered through the 70s through being in another country that you didn't know anything about. Do you find that what we're doing now from awareness in media and let's say libraries and bookstores and educational curriculum that we got in Saudi Arabia, will it create such an awareness for our generation while they go for the first time to the States or abroad generally?
Well, let me tell you one thing. We are a peaceful country. We love people, and we are an open country for everybody. You know, you can notice this, so many foreigners we have in this country.
Yeah.
They change their life in their own country by our development.
Exactly.
So, what did we say? What? That's what I'm just thinking about it. So it's very important to make a bridge and, you know, correct the misconception between people, and we are proud of us. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely right.
Well, you know, I would like to just, you know, add little things, you know. There is really a great change between the 70s and now. Either the way people look toward us, when talking about outsiders, and also from within the country, from us. Kingdom of Saudi Arabia really have achieved so many things.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
And you know, when we left from here in the 70s, there was, you know, I came to Riyadh here and I stayed with some friends in Dira, and they were living in a mud house. Whole Riyadh at that time, almost mud houses, wherever you go.
Yeah, in the beginning of the 70s. Yes.
You know, everything was really, when you really count 30 years or 34 years and you see what have happened, it's amazing, you know.
Yes.
People who come here 20 years ago and come here now could see the huge difference in everything. And you know, that's part of the fast development.
Yes, absolutely. And
Yes.
doctor, any final words you want to say, doctor?
Well, not that much, but you know, I'm really proud for everybody in your program,
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
and I'm glad to see Saudis who really have this program too. You know,
Alhamdulillah.
and I hope more programs focus on the culture, because we need a lot of information to introduce to many people overseas,
Absolutely.
especially the misconceptions, you know, about Saudi Arabia.
Absolutely.
This is our country. We have to
Yes.
serve it very well.
That's
We have to
right.
give the right information,
Absolutely.
and we have to really do a good job in it.
Absolutely, Dr. Fad, and we thank you for that. And we're absolutely honored to be carriers of such, let's say, letter, such duty, responsibility. And we thank you very much, Dr. Fad, for your call.
And
Thank you
don't
very
worry,
much.
once we know the secret, we'll be sending you that. So,
The great thing really about this country is the fact that we have a diversity. We have, you know, a culture where there is a lot of cultures within one culture.
Right.
You go to Janadriya and you will see all these people coming from all over the kingdom with different dance, different food, different
Different cultures.
culture, everything. And
Yeah.
it's a multi-culture, but it's one culture. Well, that's what's really great, you know, about this country. The fact that there is a pluralism and diversity.
And I think right now we're going to go with another report with Colonel AlMestaneer, and we'll be back. Stay tuned. He was always here
For you.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the backyard of Mr. Ali's house, and we have a couple of his friends, and we're going to ask them what do they think about him as a person. First of all, welcome, and would you introduce yourself, please?
Of course. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Al Askar. aside from history, I met Colonel Ali AlMestaneer in 1977 in San Francisco, in the city of San Francisco, California. And I must say, the man has helped so many Saudi who were at their earliest in the United States, because he was actually 1 year or 2 years before some of us. Ali, as some of you has already mentioned, is from Najran. His childhood was spent there. Mine was in the east side of the kingdom in Abqaiq. So we met together in San Francisco, as I mentioned, and of course he helped some of us move to Stockton, California. We studied together at first San Joaquin Delta College, and then he finished his bachelor degree in political science from Pacific University, Stockton. I moved to Arizona. I did my master's and then my PhD in international relations. If you speak to a man with the attribute of Colonel Ali, militarism as well as the military mentality it's probably made him more realistic in understanding the necessity of discipline. But when you jump to the civilian side, of course, knowledge as well as personal attachment to society and its modernization, of course, is a strong influential in shaping goodness as well as open-mindedness that Ali and his possess. So it's truly, and sincerely, an idea of mine that a man of the attribute of Colonel Ali is not just a good friend, but he is actually a sincere countryman and individual human being. Of course, Saudi Arabia is an entity as well as a country that has produced so many good minds and of course aspired individuals, and of course Ali is just one example of them. I must say again that Channel 2 is to be commended because of its achievement in terms of reaching out to individuals, and they don't have to be heroes or philosophers, but citizens that had participated and pitched in helping either society or individuals, or had even a small dent in the history of the kingdom. Your program, I think the title is Star of the Week.
Yes, Star of the Week.
I can simply just say that choosing Ali as the Star of the Week is a good choice. I must thank you for it.
And why don't we now go to another friend, and I think he is a childhood friend. And would you introduce yourself and tell us what you think about Colonel Ali?
Ali, every time his friends like him because he is simple, then he is friendly, then many time when we angry about for him or anything, he said, okay, relax. He is relaxed.
Ali his door always open. I'm very happy when I know this man and as a friend of him.
This guy, when you meet him, you love him, really. He's a friendly man, simple, unique, really, it's a unique man. What I know about him, when he retired after his job, and many years he put himself under people helping. Really, he is a very, very good man.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and for you to call us and participate in such a wonderful episode, the numbers locally are 80888888, internationally 00966 18849. 8849. This is the new number for you, dear viewers, all around the world to call us, and we'll be calling you back, of course, once you call and give your number. Now, we are still joined with Mr. Ali AlMestaneer, a member of the Human Rights, and of course, other many things that you do, but concentrating on this and concentrating as well that you have participated as, let's say, the representative of Human Rights Commission in the Arab-European Dialogue of National Human Rights Institute held in Jordan. What can you tell us about this, such an event?
You know, after the incident in Denmark regarding the Prophet, peace be on him, the European community, the European Human Rights Organization realize that they do not understand the Islamic culture and do not understand the aspect of, you know, a human right is something really has to do with cultures.
Yes.
What might be a human right in one area does not necessarily be. So they decide to have a dialogue with the Arabian human rights organizations. And they came to Jordan. There were a lot of European human rights organizations from Denmark, from Greece, from Italy, from France, from different places. And also there was also a human rights organization from the Arab world.
Yeah, Mr. Ali, talking about people being from every place to attend the meeting,
Yes.
there are people from every part of Saudi Arabia calling to participate in that episode, like Mr. Fahd from Dhahran. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Fahd.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you today? How's everything going on?
Very good. Good afternoon for all of you.
Good afternoon to you as well.
Good afternoon to you too.
Do you want to participate when it comes to our Star of the Week, Mr. Ali?
Hello?
Yes, do you want to participate with our Star of the Week, Mr. Ali?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for this program and Channel 2 really for this star program.
Is it your first time to watch such our program?
Hello?
Is it your first time to watch our program?
Yeah, this is my first time, you know.
We wish that you'll be a regular, let's say, fan of our program.
Sure, will be, you know.
Inshallah.
I'm not hearing you well, really. I don't know what, maybe I have problem with my telephone, you know.
It's okay.
Inshallah, it's okay.
But
Go
I
ahead.
would like to really congratulate you for such a program. It's
Thank you
really
very
a
much.
star program in all aspects.
Thanks a lot.
And also, you really have a star guest, Mr. Colonel Ali.
Inshallah.
Also, I really have two items, one for Mr. Ali and one for you guys.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, for Mr. Ali, really, I'd like to congratulate him for being one of the human rights group. And I have a question for him. I didn't know what they are doing for the human rights to come up with regulations in place that will govern the human rights, which is going to be kind of promoting the human rights.
Great, absolutely great. What's the
about
second
us?
question? Yes, what about the second question?
The second question is for you. I was wishing that to see you really visiting our hometown, Najran, where you
You're
can
also from
see
Najran.
things, you know, in Akhdud and other nice places and all the places in Najran.
Inshallah.
Just to complement the good and the starting you are offering now to the viewers.
Inshallah. Actually, I mean, just a notification. There is a program, I mean, recently recorded called Cruise KSA with our, of course, dear colleague, Mr. Khalid Al-Alawi. And it's on a daily basis. And they are talking recently, I mean, we watched the Najran episode. So they do have very nice details about the
all the traditional places and everything.
So inshallah, and we will be, inshallah, as a TV team, inshallah, we'll be carrying out visits to Najran. Of course, we're all proud of the whole city, and we want it to be forwarded as a culture to everybody. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Fahd.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Fahd.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
شكرا يا فهد مشكور. Answering the question really that you have mentioned, of course, you know, a Human Rights Commission, of course, started a year and a few months ago, and the board of the commission only been there for about 6 months. You know, for the Human Rights Commission as a commission itself, it's a national commission that is established by a royal decree to protect and promote human rights in the kingdom, and also to you know, express views on any legislations in the kingdom that might contradict with the agreements and covenants that the kingdom has signed regarding human rights. You know, we have about 4 covenants that the kingdom has signed, which is a covenant, the anti-torture covenant, and then also the discrimination against women and discrimination in general, and also you know, the right for children. These are all covenants that the kingdom signed, and part of the commission is to make sure that these covenants are being applied. And also the role of the commission also is to monitor government agencies and the government agency applications of human rights that the government has signed. It also receives complaints from, we have about 6 directorates, a directorate of, or Department of Complaints, Department of Follow-up and Investigation, Department of International Organizations, Department of Legal Affairs, and Department of Public Relations. All these departments, each one of them has its own specialty, and you know, actually, like I have mentioned, human rights is a total package. It's not only, you have to actually, first of all, to promote it and to propagate it, and so people could understand how they can understand the tools, the ways, how to really use the commission.
How to apply, how to go, where to find them.
Yes, that's this is part of of the campaign that I think, you know, eventually will happen, and the commission, of course, is working toward that.
That's right.
When it comes to, as you mentioned, human rights, and as you said before, it's a one step. It's a one small step for 100 miles away.
Yes.
So what about the 100 miles forward? We mentioned what are they doing right now, but what are you planning to be in the future when it comes to human rights?
Okay, first of all, number one is to have so many branches in the kingdom, the east, west, north. So once you have all these branches, even now they are working on branches for ladies, for women also. Eventually, when you have all these branches in different countries, it would be easier also for people to just go to their region, wherever the branch is. They don't have to come to Riyadh. They don't have to, you know, the thing is to promote the human right also in the curriculums in schools, where you can teach them in elementary school, in high school, even in universities, so people could understand it. I mean, you have, first of all, really to establish the basis of a human right culture.
Exactly.
where it can be easy later on. You know, this is what we're looking forward, that someday everywhere in the kingdom, any citizen will go to his town or his near to him, he will find a branch for human rights.
Yes.
And this is what's the goal of the human rights itself. And of course, it is supported by His Majesty and Crown Prince and the government. I mean, the kingdom is going forward toward the human rights.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali AlMestaneer. Of course, that was a very great time that we spent together, and you really acknowledged us about your own history. I love it so much, and best of luck for the coming future. Inshallah, we'll see you in very high ranks in human rights.
Thank you very much, and it's really a great pleasure to sit with you guys and discuss so many things openly and friendly way. And I wish your program more progress, and I think really this program is a great program because it does emphasize and it does talk about different aspects of the activities in the kingdom.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
And now for you, dear viewers, why don't you go on this report and watch this little something that we already prepared for you about Najran, and we'll be back after that. Just wait for the upcoming part.